Welcome back to the podcast. Today we are continuing our list of companies in 2025 who have raised over $100 million. And there's a bunch of them. We're doing this so you guys can stay informed as to the top AI companies, kind of get just an overview of where the industry is going and some of the top players. So let's dive right in. Before we do, Jaden, why don't you tell them about our school community?
Yeah, so every single week, Jamie and I cover a new tool, technique, strategy that we're currently using in our businesses to grow and scale them using AI. Recently, we've done a number of episodes on becoming an AI consultant, how much I'm personally charging per hour. You get the actual number. I don't publish this anywhere because the number is growing. But we cover that in a recent video talking about how to land clients as an AI consultant, how much you can charge, the types of things that you should cover in those calls, and how to structure that. So if you're interested in becoming an AI consultant in your industry and wonder how to get started with that, it is very lucrative. Go check out the AI Hustle School community, among 100 other videos detailing tools, strategies, techniques for growing and scaling your business using AI. It's $19 a month. We have a holiday Christmas discount right now. If you want to get the Christmas discount and lock in $19 a month, it won't be raised on you in the future when the price goes up, but you can get that discount if you use it now. The link is in the description. All right, let's talk about the first company here, which is Reflection AI. They're trying to build a super intelligent, autonomous system. We'll get into more of what that means. Jamie, why don't you tell us about how much they raised and who they got money from?
Yeah, so they raised $130 million in their Series A round. That values their company at 580 million, but it's only a 1-year-old company, so that's pretty impressive. The round was led by Lightspeed Venture Partners and CRV. So, but again, that whole description is a little bit vague, if you will. I would love to hear more about what they do. I suspect some of these companies on this list maybe are trying to get government contracts. That would be though that's the one thing it never says when we're talking about these companies raising over 100 million is who's getting the government contracts and why, you know? So, but
Yeah.
have you heard at all about what this company does? Reflection.
This is an interesting one. So basically, it's just a research lab. They don't have any product that has come out yet. If you go to their website, it's very blank. It basically has a picture of two people smiling, looking at a computer. And the only thing that is on their homepage, it says, building frontier open intelligence. We're making frontier open intelligence and making it accessible to all. Then you can go look at their research and stuff. But basically, this is a research lab. And this what's interesting is there's a number of other players that are doing the same thing. You have Ilya Sutskever with Super Safe Intelligence, who's raised $1 billion. You have Miriam Murati with, I think, Thinking Human Labs. Am I
I think
something
that's
human?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's also vague.
Machine Labs. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, why can't I think of Miriam
thinking
Murati?
machine. Yeah, yeah,
Thinking machine. Thank you. Oh my
yeah.
gosh. So we have like a bunch of these labs that have no product. They're working on specific things, and Reflection.ai is one of them. Now, they're obviously very talented. They've raised a lot of money, and they haven't raised it from random people. It's from like Lightspeed and CRV. So they're 1 year old. They've been able to raise $130 million. They have some exciting stuff in the pipe, but it hasn't been released yet. So we're all holding our breath to see when this comes out. They raised this money back in March, and we have yet to see the product come out. So will they release something maybe this March on their 1 year anniversary? Time will tell. But it's interesting to see that some of these research funds or some of these research organizations are also raising massive amounts of money without a clear product that's open. They're sort of still in stealth. So their investors probably know, but we just don't know.
Very interesting. Anyways, next on the list is a coding startup called Turing. They closed a Series E round on March 7th that valued the startup at $2.2 billion. So in that round, they raised $111 million. So led by Kazana Nacional with participation from Westbridge Capital, Granules, and Sozo Ventures, among others. So another really interesting, industry that we haven't really covered yet in this list, and that is the coding industry under AI. So, Jaden, have you heard about Turing at all, or are they partnered
This
with
is an
like?
interesting. Yeah, I think I covered this on my show AI Chat back in March, but essentially what they're doing is they are helping to improve the accuracy of LLMs and apps that are built on top of them. So it's kind of like an accuracy detection or checker that you can run if you have, ChatGPT giving you a response. This will check it for accuracy. They do this in an interesting way. They have a whole bunch of engineers that contribute code to AI projects. And they're also helping build LLMs for OpenAI and a bunch of other players. So it's like they have contracts with OpenAI and some of these other major players to help improve um, the quality of the output from the LLM. Because of that, they actually have $300 million in annual recurring revenue back in March. I'm sure it's higher today. So, like, they're working as a contractor, as a company that works for like OpenAI to make the models better. They have a very specific niche kind of expertise. And someone like OpenAI or Gemini or Anthropic, it's like, look, if we can make your model 10, 20, 30% better, would you pay us $100 million? And in most cases, the answer is yes. And so, yeah, they have $100 million in annual recurring revenue. They just secured $11 million, which put them at a $2.2 billion valuation. And I think the last round that they did had them priced at $167 million. So that means they're growing really fast. They're very profitable. And, I think today they work with 4 million coders around the world. So when they say they have an army of coders that are contributing code and helping make these models better, they literally have an army of coders. 4 million is pretty impressive.
Crazy, crazy. Well, hey, the next one we have actually is a defense company that I I was saying who gets the government contracts. Shield AI, an AI defense tech startup, raised $240 million in their Series F round that closed on March 6th. So the round was led by uh, L3 Harris Technologies and Hanwha Aerospace in participation from Andreessen Horowitz and the U.S. Innovation Technology Fund, among others. So their company is now valued at 5.3 billion. But when you talk about defense and AI, I feel like there's got to be a crazy amount of money and also opportunity for government contracts. That'll be really. I'd like to learn more about that one as well as the medical discovery industries. But Shield AI definitely one to keep your eye on.
Yes, and I want to give you a couple examples of things that they've worked on because this is a pretty interesting company. They said Shield AI enabled the X-62 Vista to fly autonomously, fly and perform tactical maneuvers against human pilots. So that's one thing that they do. Another
Wow.
thing, when it came to General Atomics Aeronautical, they said Hive Minds successfully flew an MQ-20 Avenger, leveraging some autonomy government reference architecture compliant interfaces. One other thing they did is it said Shield AI conducted dual ship autonomy tests using Kratos MQ M178 Firejet drones. So yeah, they are in defense. They're working directly with. Well, what's interesting is I think they're working directly with like like hardware that already exists, like fighter jets or other things that already exist, and they're putting their technology into them. So in the case of like the X-62 Vista, they autonomously flew that, and they were testing tactical maneuvers against human pilots with an AI flying it. So it's very, very interesting. Obviously, this is worth a lot of money. If you can get humans out of defense, out of flying,
Yep.
saves lives, and I mean, probably takes lives. It's all the giant. It's I guess it's all the military industrial complex. So I don't know how noble 100% it is, but I mean, if China's attacking me, I want Shield AI to fly the jets against them to protect me. So
For
it
sure.
is a wild world. All right. Another one that's really interesting is, of course, we'll end this episode on one of the other big players that is no shock to anyone, and that is Anthropic, right? This is one of the biggest companies that has raised the most money this year after OpenAI. They raised $3.5 billion in their Series E. That round valued them at $61 billion. They announced it in March. It was led by Lightspeed. I think we've already covered this story, how Lightspeed put the money in. I basically think is because they wanted Anthropic's logo on their website. So they gave them $1 billion in this. Actually, you know what? That was even more recent. In September, they put more in. So Lightspeed's been putting money into Anthropic for a long time. The logo is strong on Lightspeed's website. And I mean, it's no shocker. They're growing very fast. They also had Salesforce Ventures, Menlo Ventures, General Catalyst. All of those were putting money into Anthropic. We don't need to do that much of I guess a summary on what the heck Anthropic does. It owns Claude, which is the number one coding AI tool that all developers love. They have Claude Code, which we use over at AIbox.ai. My startup lets you test all the different AI models against each other. Claude Code basically does all of our coding for us. Our developers use it for everything. and saves us a ton of time and money. And Anthropic is the company behind that. So an amazing company for sure. Listen, thank you so much for tuning into the podcast today. If you learned about any new companies you hadn't heard of before, about any of the use cases that seem interesting in AI and defense and other areas, make sure to leave a rating and review on the podcast. It helps our show out a ton to get found by more amazing people like yourself. And as always, make sure to go check out the AI Hustle School community. We'll leave a link in the description to that.